Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They're going play action. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dumping the ball.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 36. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Back now, pressure on its way. Got a man, Bowers has it. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Raiders 1st. Working inside the red zone. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return starts from the goal line. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Working quickly here. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets this one to the 49 on a solid pickup. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another carry for him. And they had that one contained right at the line. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
They'll run for this. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Throwing here, Travis. Hits his running back. Juke the defender. And he's taken down at the 30. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Big gain downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets finish off their opening drive. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jets start off well to tie things 7-7. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Ritter looking to throw. He puts everything behind this one. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up. Gibbs now from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. It's to the sideline. It's a catch by Dobbs. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. To him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He'll get this to Tucker. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for Raiders 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find a home there.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Ritter. The throw is caught. And in for the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. Jukes one defender. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense up to the line fast. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. More from MetLife coming right up. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That one's complete right side. And they make the tackle at the 38. Offense in the hurry up here. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 2nd and 4. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. He's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. They are throwing it again. Throwing the out route complete. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. That one right down the middle. And the Jets tie things up at 14. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing with a blitz on the way. This is complete to Gibbs. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Ritter. That's complete to Bowers outright. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing here, Ritter. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
This ball's cut by Bowers. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! And this is scooped up by the Jets. Well, Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and then next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
Working quickly here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Back-to-back carries here. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They're going for this. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4th. Back to throw, Travis. Completed to his running back. And he crosses midfield before going out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. This is reeled in by Wilson. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Jets would take the lead with a score. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. Trying again, following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. Here's Travis. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Field goal try upcoming from the Jets. Ball in the right hash, the distance 43 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they've taken back the lead.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. Now Ritter. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. From the 34. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now they're going to have to figure out this third down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Dom's the man in motion right. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They've got a man in motion. Still sticking with the passing game. It's intercepted. DJ Reed. And the Jets will start with it in the fourth after an interception to end the quarter. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is clean, begging.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Raiders watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Cut out left. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Stops by Chop Robinson. Offense up to the line fast. Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Offense in the hurry-up here. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll get it up to the 44. Working quickly here. They give it to him again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now. That's complete to Wilson. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Throw is caught by the back. What a call. They wind up with 12 on fourth down and pull off the conversion.
I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Throwing this back in the end zone. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jets make it a 10-point ball game. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
He's got Bowers working the sideline. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Raiders first. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Finds the in route, complete. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Ritter to throw. He stays up. This finds Downs. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders start the second half with some needed points. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the gun. Has his man. It's Addison. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll run here on first down. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 8. Taken in by Addison, left side. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Offense in the hurry-up here. Blown back, gets the handoff. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hits his running back.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Travis to throw. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Has him on the quick hitter. Racing down the left side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper, shredding the slopes, or a dude shredding a defense just like that.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Looking to tack on the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets make it a 10-point ball game. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Complete here to Bowers. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Raiders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A give left side for Gibbs. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he takes this into enemy territory to the 48-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. They go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket. Put the body on the line for his team. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Got a man. Bowers has it. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing here, Ritter. Taken in by Dobbs. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown, his second scoring catch of the game. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, will tie this game in the fourth. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Working quickly here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he is on 3rd and long. Completed to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Raider football. Ritter. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here's Ritter. That's into the hands of Doubs. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds his back complete. And they take him down right along the 30. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play. Working to identify who it was. And yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back now, pressure on its way. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. Just 2 to go. He's back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Raiders trail by a field goal. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Coming right is Gibbs. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Here he is to throw. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. And you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play. Forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
On 1st down, they'll run. Up the sideline, past the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Another carry for him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Setting up to pass. Short pass brought in. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
So the win goes to the Jets. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that's it for us here. Brock Huard, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York.